Hello everybody, my name is Will, hence the channel name Will's Wild Weather. Disregard the mess in the background. I'm currently at my dorm. I'm in college studying atmospheric science. So when I'm talking to you guys, I kind of have a sense of what I'm talking about. I know how to read models and stuff, and that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to help decipher them. I'm going to show you the trends and tell you what I think about everything. And this week we have a lot to talk about. We got a potential nor'easter on our hands. Models have been suggesting this for the last few days, and today it's really all starting to come together. I'm going to pull up these models and show you guys what the models have been suggesting and tell you what I think about them. Let's get into this. So right here we got our GFS model. It's one of the main models we use, although we do use a couple other ones, but this is a big one. And this is starting out today at noon. The time is right above my head with the date. And as we go into Monday into Tuesday, there's some rain down in Louisiana, some lake effect snow around the Great Lakes from a clipper system moving in from the northwest, bringing some light snow. Nothing too impactful. And then as we go into Wednesday, it's still pretty quiet, a little bit of rain and light snow across portions of the central U.S. And then we go into Thursday, a little bit of rain, snow, nothing impactful really. Going into Friday is where it starts getting interesting. Rain and light snow starts to break out across portions of the central United States, as well as some more lake effect snow across the Great Lakes. And then as we go later into Friday and Saturday, this is where it starts to get interesting. A low pressure develops off the Gulf Coast, and then it crosses over Florida and really starts developing off the coast of the Carolinas. And as this thing moves to the northeast, it starts deepening, bringing a lot of heavy snow to parts of the northeast. And very strong winds too. This is your classic nor'easter right here, if this were to verify. Then it cranks up to the northeast, bringing a lot of heavy snow, and then it moves out of here. And after that, pattern starts to quiet down again. But let's take a closer look at this storm and why it's happening. So what I have here pulled up is the 500 millibar vorticity. Basically, the more darker colors you see, the more energy in the atmosphere, which causes these storms to happen. So right now we're looking out at Thursday morning at the energy, and as you can see here, this is our piece of energy to watch right here. It's going to dive south, it's going to pick up some Gulf moisture, and it's going to crank up to the northeast and really start strengthening through here. So as you can see here, that piece of energy is diving south, it's starting to strengthen a bit, it's picking up some Gulf moisture, and then once it gets into the Atlantic Ocean right here, it really starts to deepen. See this big trough right here? There's a whole lot of energy right in there, and then it quickly moves off to the northeast. But it's looking like it could be a high-impact storm. Let's take a look at some of the other models. Alright, so now we're looking at the European model. This is the other big model that forecasters use. It's pretty accurate, you know, although it has its shifts and whatnot, and this far out, it's bound for changes. But anyways, we're starting out here early Saturday. As you can see right through here, low pressure's forming off of the Carolina coast. And then as we go out through Saturday, it moves northeast, starts getting very strong, bringing a lot of heavy snow. Although this track is a little bit more to the east, there's going to be a little bit of wobble. We're going to just have to keep watching the trends for that. If it goes too far east, it's a fish storm, you know, you're not going to get much snow. If it goes too far west, it's going to go into areas like Philadelphia and New York City and bring rain because it's going to be on the warm side of the storm. So if it's right in this track or even just a little bit more to the west, the northeast is in a prime spot for a lot of heavy snow. After that, the storm continues to really strengthen and move off to the north. It just crushes Maine with heavy snow. Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire all get heavy snow, and then this thing moves out. As you can see, there's similarities on these models. They're not set in stone, though. There is still room for change, but this is becoming increasingly likely to be a high-impact storm. Alright, so now we're back to the GFS model. We're looking at the wind gust map for this storm. As it rolls through Saturday into Sunday, widespread gusts of 30 to 40 miles an hour. And right offshore over on the right side of your screen where all those darker colors are, there's 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts. Luckily those are staying offshore for the time being. We'll have to keep an eye on that though. We continue on. The winds are just very strong for all these areas. Areas of coastal Maine could see 50 mile an hour gusts. Widespread just everywhere, 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts. And then this thing gets out of here and it finally starts to die down. Alright, now we got the European model. For Saturday morning into the afternoon, the storm starts ramping up, bringing a lot of 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts, pretty similar to the GFS, a little bit stronger offshore, but look at this, just barrels into Maine. If this were to verify, there'd be some extreme winds in Maine, even Massachusetts, a lot of coastal areas. It's got a sustained period of 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts, widespread 40 to 50 across the rest of the area. And then finally, late Sunday, this thing starts to move out and things finally die down. We got to keep an eye on these winds too. they trend a little bit stronger, we may be talking about a potential blizzard here. This is also several days out still, so we got to monitor this for changes, but it's looking like it could be a very, very strong storm in some areas, and it's something to be prepared for. Don't panic, just be prepared. This next map I'm showing you is the GFS Ensemble. Basically, every time the GFS model runs, it also has like 30 smaller runs, and basically the Ensemble averages those all out into this. So as we go out through time, Monday into Tuesday has that rain down in Louisiana as well as the lake effect snow, and then pretty calm. And then going into Friday, some snow starts to develop across portions of the central U.S. And it slides east where that low starts to deepen off of the coast of the Carolinas right here. And then it quickly strengthens and moves to the northeast. And shown here, the ensembles are all agreeing that there's going to be this band of possibly heavy snow right across the northeast, as well as some strong winds. And then this thing, just like the other models, continues to move off to the north and east. Now for snow totals, I'm a little bit hesitant to show this because it's going to likely change, but I just want to give you a general idea. This isn't the GFS or the European model. This is the GFS ensembles. Like I mentioned, they're all averaged out. This isn't one just outlier. It's an average of everything. So this is the 24-hour snowfall. And as you can see here, going into Friday into Saturday, boom. Just an area of higher snow totals, right where it showed that higher confidence of that heavier band setting up. And then it continues to the north, northeast. Snow totals and all. Right here, I don't know. This might be a little too much. It might be too little. Forecast is going to need a lot of tweaks in the next few days as the system rapidly changes. But it's showing half a foot to a foot of snow all the way up to the northeast. Widespread heavy snow. Will this happen? It's very possible. It's just one of those things you gotta watch the trends on and keep an eye on. And lastly, I'll show one more global model. This is the Canadian. It does have a bit of a cold bias. That's why I'm showing this last. But I just want to add this to show the confidence in this storm. So as we go out into Friday and Saturday morning, it has that low pressure off of the Carolinas. We know that's going to happen. It's just the track of the storm is where the uncertainties lie. And then this moves northeast. Look at that. Looks similar? A lot of heavy snow, just like the other models. And you can see those very close packed isobars, which means there's going to be some strong winds as well. This is a very strong system. Like I said, a classic nor'easter if this were to happen. And then it sweeps on out of here. So to wrap everything up, all of the models are showing some kind of big storm system off the northeast. All of them are showing heavy snow. What we need to find out and fine tune is the exact path of this storm and how strong it's going to be. Because that can mean everything for totals. Someone could be right on the rain and snow line. If it moves a little bit this way or a little bit that way, it could be the difference between a foot of snow, all rain, a little bit of snow. And of course, amounts also depend on the strength of the storm. If it's stronger, you're going to get more snow and a lot stronger winds. So we just got to watch this. I'll have an update tomorrow. If you're still watching this, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. I will keep you guys updated on this storm.